Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I just can't wait to talk about it. Why day trading isn't for everybody, why I chose to day trade and invest. And lately, a lot of things have been coming together. And I wanted to kind of talk about, because there's going to be a lot more content coming your way if you follow me. And if you're new, there's going to be plenty more of it. And in regards to my trading activity, my investments, different strategies, just anything, like all things investments in business. And I wanted to start off with the idea that day trading isn't for everybody. And what I mean by that is, there's a lot of people out there that are just going to day trading as a way to make cash, right? It's a great way to make cash. Quick, sometimes not, but you can lose a lot of money. So there's a lot of people in the market who are, it's not their passion, it's not their purpose. People get amped up and excited about it. But in all reality, they're not driven to do it long term. They're just doing it because they are where they are currently, and they're giving into the hype behind investing. Which, and again, I'm not saying that it's bad to invest, but what I am saying is it's not for everybody to the scope of what I'm describing to you and for myself. And so a lot of people I know, they dip and they dabble and they, sometimes they get lucky, sometimes they don't. But I honestly believe that, something that of an investor I follow, when I first started getting into investing, he says that, there's a million ways to make $1 million. You just have to find a way that works for you. And, it is kind of interwoven with your passions or your purpose. And, my history has been kind of weird because, I've been always just in like this survival mode and not really able to do what I long to do, which is just to, decipher data and go off of my intuition and to understand, to make, and to take risks and get rewards. So I've always been I've always been a risk taker. I've always been, I've always yearned for something like day trading. Like when I first saw day trading in a textbook, I was just like like that's it for me. Like I can't wait to get into this. And at a really early age, I kind of, I was young and I went to school for psychology, not because I thought it was my passion, but because I wanted to help people, and it was my way of interrelating and building my own skills. But at a really young age, I knew that for whatever reason, I saw something and I'm like, I could probably be really good at business. But I didn't know what that was for me. And now, I want to be on the road to be a investor and eventually, have my own hedge fund and, help other businesses and, go down the total business route. And I believe that, it's not for everybody. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody can do it consistently. And again, you can do whatever you want. I'd rather people, so I'll go back to this, right? I'm totally a fan for investors that, you have what you love to do and then you have investment strategies, right? That's the ideal for most people. For me, I have been the most happiest when I could just invest and dedicate my time to that and learn and grow and then repeat. And then just have a whole bunch of side projects that will grow into business endeavors. So there's a lot of hype right now around day trading and investing. I think it's a short-lived, marketing scheme, because the internet will show you it's going to show you a more prevalent, market of what's going on, right? There's a market of people who want to be something because they think they want to do it, and then the people who want to take advantage of the people who think they can do it, but then it goes nowhere. And I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody. I believe that, the internet has brought out the the power to network online, the power to invest freely for people who are, for people who are searching for what, to grow in this area. They're going to find it more quickly because the internet allows that, right? And that's kind of how it worked for me. The internet has connected me with so many people and so much information that it's allowing me to be more aware and more successful in what I do and what I want to do. And that's not necessarily the case for everybody, but in most cases, you can leverage the internet to, do everything that you want, which is kind of cool. It's the information hub of the world. But I guess how it ties into, to you or whoever may think, they want to day trade, do it. It's interesting. It's challenging for me. But there's something out there that everybody will love to do based off of their own skill sets and interests. For me, I've always gravitated to investing. I love it. I love learning about it. And I'll eventually want to branch out into other ideas that I have. But to just kind of briefly glaze over why I invest in day trade, kind of like I mentioned earlier, I kind of knew I liked business, didn't know what shape it would take. When I see charts and analytics and technical and fundamental, and when I learn about businesses, I like participating as an investor, as a participant in ownership. I love to back companies I support. I love to back certain interests that I have. For me, technical analysis is like, and trading within the market, it's like an ocean for me, and it's super. It brings me to what I want, which is to have a challenge, to understand, not to predict the market, but to win in the market, and to be at, it represents independency for me. It represents my freedom. It represents, me participating in a bigger thing, right? Participating in the majority of, companies that are in charge of the world, right? That make a difference, that change things. And, eventually I'll be having this conversation where, I'll have a bigger operation, and it will be, in the interest to help and give back and invest in a different way, and invest in businesses or startups. I would love to do that. That would be the dream, is to wake up, invest, have my hedge fund, and to trade, and to invest in businesses and ideas, and to, and then to also work with the ideas, the people that I've invested in, and to show them how to do things better. And I wouldn't want it any other way. And and that's just me, though. And I think that with day trading, investing, whatever assets you like to partake in, it's, you have to always be growing, and you have to evolve. You have to be endlessly learning and growing to stay not only ahead of the curve, but to be successful. And it's something that you just have to have a natural inclination for. I believe, ever since I touched a computer, I've never stopped learning and growing and trying to move myself forward. And with trading, it's always, I see trading and investing as a feedback loop. I see it as a feedback loop for my own personal growth. And when I'm not successful, when I am successful, I look at it all, and I want to eventually strive for that freedom to, do whatever I want when I want, and to even fully optimize what I'm doing now, grow, go to conferences, and just go full blown, you know, you know, uh, 10x the proportions that I'm at now, and to 10x then, and then so forth. Because I want to create an outreach, not only with my investments, but to also my outreach affect individuals, that affect businesses, that affect consumers for the world, right? Myself included. Everybody's a consumer. And I feel like when you ask yourself, is day trading for you, or is day trading for me, or investing for me, or is investing for you? I would ask myself, like, I would want you to clearly establish your skills and your interests and your timeline, right? For me, so I've tracked my own timeline of what I wanted to do, even though it's been very all over the place over the years. I've 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 created a timeline for myself, of what I've done and what I wanted to do, and how those roadmaps have changed over time for myself. But um, but also, right? I just it for me it feels like at my core this is something that I yearn for, and it's something that's very representative of what I want. I've been in sales for a very long time, but it's very clear that I'm not passionate about sales. It's a required business skill, and it's good experience for my future endeavors, but in no way do I want to have my day-to-day life in sales. I believe that there are people who are built to be like that, and there are people like me who just want to, my sole purpose in life is to probably create ideas and execute those ideas and see if they, see if they have applicability in the eyes of consumers, and to create game-changing ideas. Um, and it's super easy for me to create solutions and stuff. And, I could see a whole breakdown of a company and understand, if it's going in the right direction or not. And there's a lot of things like that, I'm always thinking about my ideas and how they apply to, businesses, optimizing businesses, and that, which includes my investments. So that's what I have to say about that. Is day trading for everybody? No, I believe everybody, if you look at every temperament in life, personality wise, there's probably 16 varying temperaments with different beliefs and values. And I think that all of them are going to have individual skills that are different, right? I think that you look at any skill, any niche, like trading or day trading, for example, you're going to have a small minority out of the whole amount of temperaments out there in the world, that are just going to naturally syndicate and gravitate towards investing. But some people might see it as a hobby. Some people might see it as a way for survival. But for me, it's something that I want to be a part of my everyday life. I can't see myself doing anything else, aside from the things that I aforementioned earlier. Um, and it's something that I don't have to think twice about. When I was coaching and a little while back, I was not on the fence with coaching. I just thought that coaching was something that I would like to do because I'm good at coaching. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to coach. And it could be sustainable for me, but I'd rather do something that I'm driven and passionate for. And this is one of the spaces that I really do like. So anyway, hope you guys like this video. You'll be able to see this on YouTube, and my IGTV. A lot more videos coming out. I'll be making a lot of like little small video segments, or photos of my wins to loses, videos on YouTube. Daily like reports of my wins or losses on Instagram. If you could like, subscribe, would appreciate it. Let me know if you want me to cover a topic of anything. That's why I have my channel, to respond back, and hopefully it's a good enough message so that other people will find value in it. This has been Daniel. I'll see you next time.